Currently, the Cowboys found a way to cheat again. Not in the respect of they are actually cheating and it's been proved even if it was rigged. The respect of they always end up finding a way to get better. I swear to God, sometimes the Cowboys make make amazing trades out of nowhere, and it ends up being so good next season. It's always the Cowboys every single time because of course it's the Steelers have to become my new most hated team, my new least favorite team because they end up wanting to trade their star wide receiver to the arch rivals of the Eagles for a third, mind you, a third round pick. What do they have now? DK Metcalf and Prey? But getting out of the Eagles fan perspective, let's just go to an NFL later. Why in the world did the Steelers do this? Just getting out of the Eagles fan perspective and just going into a normal NFL fan perspective, just dropping all of the Eagles fan bias that I have. Why in the world would the Steelers do this in the first place? You had the best wide receiver core in the NFL in DK Metcalf and George Pickens. I would have said that's way better than your previous wide receiver duo of Trey Harris and I think it's Trey Harris. Whoever Calvin Austin actually. Sorry, Calvin Austin and George Pickens. It might even be Calvin Austin now. Who you have right now? Who is whoever the Steelers are gonna get at quarterback throwing the ball to? It's just now DK Metcalf and Prey. And I think DK Metcalf can play every position on the field, somehow. My thing is, the Steelers should have not. The Steelers should have traded George Pickens and some picks for a quarterback, or turned George Pickens into a second round pick at the best. Because that is something that should have never happened. Steelers get a F on this trade because they turned their star wide receiver, who's been putting up top 5 numbers every year, into a third round pick when there's been no third round wide receivers that have actually been good in the NFL. Maybe you can count maybe some late round steals are still the board, but maybe some late round steals. But the Steelers have no wide receivers. I'm trying to think what's there. The Steelers have no wide receivers. As for the Cowboys, they get A+ on this trade. They fleece the Steelers. And if George Pickens is bad, the Cowboys get a compensation pick. Or if George Pickens is really good, like he has been over the last couple of years, the Cowboys now have their star wide receiver besides CeeDee Lamb. And there's been other NFL news, but we're going to get to that later. Let's move on to a different sport and move on to the NBA. Now, I don't really talk about NBA on my channel because I'm not an NBA channel. And I don't really think like I should move to just doing NBA. But if maybe you guys like the NBA, I can move on. I can be an NBA NFL channel. Because the Final Four is now set. Both Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Finals being Knicks versus Knicks versus Pacers, sorry. And the Western Conference Finals being Timberwolves versus Thunder. all four teams being deserving of a championship. And all four teams, I wouldn't care who won. Now I'm gonna say it, predict it, and say it's going to be It's going to be New York versus Minnesota. What do I think here? Please tell me you guys heard that too. Do not mind the car that just passed. Motorcycle. Okay, now you're right. I swear to God, I heard what I thought I heard. I heard an ice cream truck out there. I'm not gonna go check until I'm done recording this video though. But back to the video. I wouldn't care who wins. I'm going with New York and Minnesota because both of them seem like the two best teams of it left. Because they both seem like they're going to make it. I don't know who's gonna make it, but New York and Indiana seem like the top. New York and Minnesota seem the top two teams left in both the Eastern Conference and Western Conference. And now, I originally thought that whoever is making out the West is probably going to win the finals. Now I'm leaning towards whoever's going to make it out the East is going to win the finals. But whoever wins the finals, I wouldn't care. I also would low-key not care if if the finals are Oklahoma, if Oklahoma City makes it. Because I like Oklahoma City. To the degree they never won, except for like one back in like '89 with as the Seattle SuperSonics. So I really think the Oklahoma City might win. But back to NFL. Now I'm switching back to NFL. And there's been some Eagles news that came out today, as Nick Sirianni got extended. Now, I really agree with it. Kinda. I agree with the move to extend Sirianni, but I don't think it should have been a multi-year deal. I think you should have extended Sirianni to a one-year deal, so if he ends up being the coach he was in the collapse, where we kept making dumb decisions galore, and not the coach he was in this season where he won a Super Bowl. So if he's that coach in the collapse, if he's the collapse coach, if he acts like the collapse coach, then I'm going to hate this extension. And if he acts like the coach that just won the Super Bowl, then I'm going to love this extension. It can honestly go two ways. Because it could just go any way. Because with Vic Fangio back on our team, so Vic Fangio back on our team and new OC and Kevin Butterwell, Nick Sirianni is going to need to come out as a leader. because that would make most sense for the extension. And did he already have an extension? Wasn't he already coming on for next year anyway? I swear to God, I remember them sending him after 2022 when we made the playoffs and lost to the Chiefs by 3 points. Maybe I was thinking around that. So I'm gonna wrap up this video now. I've probably covered everything. I'm trying to think of what I haven't covered. I don't think if I missed anything big. In the NFL. Ew. That happened. Oh yeah. Jaguars released Gabe Davis. I don't care. He's going to be a Buffalo Bill again anyway. Not like it matters. And Gabe Davis is getting old now. But that's gonna wrap up the video. I had no other things to talk about. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like. Please comment down below your thoughts on the George Pickens trade, your thoughts on the Final Four in the NBA, and your thoughts on Sirianni's extension. Goodbye.